Seltzer Time!
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Seltzer Time podcast. It's your boy Ricky, aka Dick Chuck. Here, as always, with my conversation accomplice. The man, did I do that right?
Nope. Keep going.
The man with the hunchback blister.
No, do you want to just take it from the top? I could cut you in.
No, I don't want to take it from the top. I want to remember what the heck I said. What's up, you guys?
Where you took a misstep is AKA Dick Chuck,
AKA Dick Chuck, AKA the man behind the can at Seltzer Time official. Here, that's right? Here, okay. Here is always my conversation accomplice, the man with the hunchback was there, Travis.
What is cracking, Fizzle Fiends? Welcome back to another episode of the Seltzer Time podcast. And per usual, we are stoked that you're here. This week on the show, we are talking to me about Hustle and Worc, this new brand I have coming out, and we were going to be hyping. But before we get there, we have to make fun of Ricky because we haven't messed up an intro in months.
I can't believe that just happened.
Oh, it feels so right, man. It feels like we're almost back to normal life.
It does. I think you know what it was? We were getting a little too good. Like, the intro was making sense, and there wasn't a lot of laughing going into the intro, and it's only a matter of time until, I don't know, pick a company, signs them, and they become the official podcast network of Netflix or the official podcast network of whatever Elon Musk is doing at the moment. And like Travis and Ricky are both making $61 million a year. I don't know, whatever. And then my brain was like, hold on a second. You got to stay grounded. Give them what they want. The people come here for the mixed up intros. And there you go. I did it. So you're welcome, everybody. And
welcome home, everybody.
Welcome home. What's up, man? How's life?
Yeah, dude, it's all right. I mean, truthfully, I'm feeling a little out of it this week too. This weekend was a little weird. Just weird shit. But I don't know if it's the pandemic. I don't know if it's stir crazy. I don't know. It's the fact that the weather's turning and I'm getting antsy. There's just, I can't keep focused. I can't keep everything straight.
Story of my life.
Yeah, right. I did get to go to an event last week, which was so fucking alien, but the fact that
that's cool.
They had an opening over at JMac. They did this pulp art exhibit, and they had like a super limited guest list. Everybody had to wear masks. But my homie Grim had a couple pieces go up, and I had to go and check those out. Plus, there was a whole bunch of really cool art. Got to see Hank from JMac and Hal, and the coolest part is that they let people go in the back and check out the Brick Box Theater, that theater that they've been working on. Have you seen it yet?
No.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like angry reactions on TikTok. Gorgeous. It's so nice. They did a really, really nice job. I mean, it's all brick interior. And then they have this big ass stage. Like, it's a movable stage setup, or not a stage so much as stands, like where people can sit.
Okay.
And it's like a black box theater. So everybody looks down on the stage, and it's supposed to be like a really nimble space that can be used in a bunch of different ways. Lighting rig, catwalker on the outside. Us and the Woot Nanny guys are talking about how we can be using it and how we want to. It would just be cool to have an event there.
Sick. Dude, let's do it.
Yeah. So pumped for that.
I think maybe that's going to be the spot we go to when we interview Maya.
It would have to be, at least.
It has to be an actual event. We'll get somebody to sponsor it so they can pay to fly her in, because we're not there yet, but I'm sure somebody will. And then we can talk to her about everything, because her hat collection, what it was like being a part of the absolute greatest moment in music history. And she also did the Rugrats theme song for the movie.
Oh,
I meant like the Lady Marmalade, like that.
I knew it that you were, but I didn't know she did the Rugrats
Greatest.
theme for the movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Maya is severely underrated.
Multifaceted.
She's just the greatest. And I can't wait to talk to her on this podcast. So
same. How was your week, man? What did you end up doing?
Oh, what's up? My week was good. What did I do? I won the Stanley Cup again in my video game. Thanks.
Where did we go to the parade?
Well, I think like it's like a pandemic Stanley Cup. So like I didn't throw a parade. I thought about taking a kayak and going down whatever the lake is that you guys kayak on. What the heck's that called? Quincy. I should know. I don't know anything this morning. Wow. Crap. But I didn't do that mostly because I don't have a kayak, but also like it's whatever. I don't have time for that shit.
And you have nobody to throw the cup to.
Nobody to throw the cup to, and nobody to care that I was doing this. So there's a couple things playing against me in that one. But yes, I won the cup again. I was pretty excited about it. I did have like an older team though. So a couple guys, one guy retired, two guys I moved on from because their numbers weren't there anymore. So I'm actually excited to start this next season because I got some younger guys that I've been trying to develop. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted, of course. But yeah, I'm probably like 2 cups away from getting an actual job with a real NHL franchise to be an assistant to a GM. Like not the assistant GM, but an assistant to the GM where I'm like, well, dude, I don't know. I made this move in NHL for PS4 and like it worked out great for me. I'm sure it would work out great for us here, that type of shit. So keep a lookout for that. I'll have to start recording the podcast from a private plane, whatever, no big deal.
I hear scouts just look at NHL and wait for the right numbers. And then like if you hit certain numbers, the scouts will come knocking on your door and say, Mr. Nelson, we have a job opportunity for you.
That's gonna happen. I'm excited. So that's the thing. I'm like really excited. So this podcast will come out tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Earlier today, Tuesday, I got a haircut and my beard dialed in from my boy Heartland Barber. So I'm going to be looking real nice the next time you guys see me. I'm very excited because my hair is like not that. I mean, it's long, but it's whatever. I usually wear a hat. But my beard's like in my mouth now, and I'm very much over it. And I was going to do it myself, but he just announced he was doing beards again. So I had to take advantage of that.
Beards are back on the menu.
Beards are back on the menu. So get ready, gentlemen and ladies, because it's on. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I had Pepe's. I was real fucking pumped about that. That was delicious. That's it. That's kind of all. That's all I did last week. I just worked and had Pepe's, and it was really lovely. Help my dad. Incredible. Oh, I'm gonna post a picture like after we get off of this. So this tree fell in my like dad's friend's backyard. It fell at like a cool angle, so it's in the woods. So every Sunday morning, I've been going over and like helping him like cut it and like try to like get salvage like firewood out of it, basically. But also like so his friend just wants it out of his yard. He doesn't care. My dad uses all the wood for like firewood. So my brother and I help him on Sundays because it's the only time we all have. So it's been so funny because like the first time he went, it's in a weird spot. And also like, we're not going to have much more time because it's kind of in like a swampy area, which has been frozen, but like it's getting fucking warm, luckily. And the first time he went, he was able to like kind of like clear a path to get to it. The second time it was just him and I, and it was probably the coldest day of the year that we've had so far. And we didn't accomplish a whole lot. It was fun, but we didn't really get much done. The third time we went, my brother came with us, and we ended up getting, like, we had a lot of issues with the chainsaw. It was like a whole thing. I didn't go last time. And then this time we went, and the chainsaw got stuck, like, in the tree. My dad took it apart. And when he did, he took the chain off of the blade, and then the blade, like, slipped and just like fell, but it fell. He was like standing like in the tree, like on the tree. So it fell and it like slid down and like went into some brush and was just kind of laying there, but in a very awkward spot. So I was like, oh, I got this. So I'm like crawling on this tree And I went to like, cause I was like, oh, I'll crawl on the tree and then I'll just like slide down myself and just grab it and climb back up. And I'm crawling like army style, like on my arms and stuff, my arms and knees. And I went to put my hand on what I thought was like a sturdy area to like reach down. And I put my arm down that had all my weight on it and it just kept going. And then I flipped and went head first down and was like hanging. My brother took a picture of it. It is the funniest thing ever. I was literally just hanging there upside down, like kind of picture Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back when he first, like when the abominable thing like gets him and hangs him from the ice in the cave. That's what I looked like, but hanging from a tree. And I was like, this fucking sucks. But like,
How
we couldn't
high off the ground?
It wasn't super high. It was more of like I wasn't touching the ground. But if I fell, I wouldn't have died. I would have just like probably laughed even harder. But like the three of us, like my dad, my brother, and I like could not stop laughing. We thought it was the funniest thing ever. And so yeah, so Joey sent pictures to like his girlfriend, and he sent a picture to Naomi, and Naomi was like, "What is happening?" It was good. So he kept forgetting to send me the pictures, but he just texted them over to me this morning. So I'll post those out because it's very funny.
I can't wait to see these.
I'm a lumberjack, baby.
And that's okay.
Want to dive into the interview or
real quick? I just want to point out that I remodeled my office. There used to be a big ass filing cabinet, but now it's over here. It's so funny how just moving some furniture around in a space can make it feel brand new and like so much more inviting. I feel like that's one of the things during the pandemic that I've done to save my mental health.
Nice. You
bought a house, so it's a little different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like I still have to like decorate.
Yeah, so I mean, you get the same opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I'm stoked about the office that I usually record in. It's just so cold in there. This morning I forgot to open the door so the heat can go in. It's the whole thing, and I don't have the heat on. Just using the pellet stove. Well, just poor planning on my end.
Life is hard. I get it.
Life is hard and it's cold as fuck. So, so yeah, I'm recording in the living room, but I'm excited to eventually someday, actually like decorate in there and like make it into a space that's used more than when I'm just recording this podcast or powwow meetings. That's the only time I ever go in there.
That's business.
Exactly.
Well, if you get one of these jobs you're after, maybe you'll have to use it.
You never know.
All right. Let's talk about hustle and work.
Let's do it.
Hi, buddy.
How are we doing this? Oh, thanks, man. How are you?
I'm fucking great. I'm crazy busy per usual. Like things were really quiet for a bit, and then like something clicked, and it's great. But when you have a bunch of like side things that you really can't spend too much time on any of them, it's a little maddening.
So welcome to the interview, everybody. Today, I am going to ask Travis a bunch of questions about hustle and work. You might recognize hustle and work from, was at Worcester Wares for the last couple of years. That's the OG #1 design. And yeah, Travis has expanded upon that, and now it's going worldwide, baby.
Yeah, essentially. It's been this. So the idea behind hustle and work has always been that I thought Worcester Wares was missing a segment of the audience. Like they do a great job with that local, like, I don't want to say kitschy, but it's just like, it's a little more broad facing audience. It's a little softer in its aesthetics. It's nice. It's all really nice stuff. And I feel like there was like a starker kind of like more gritty streetwear side that just isn't as represented. So when I came to her with concepts, God damn, why is everything fucking blowing up today? I'm telling you, man, I swear to God, I'm getting another phone call, but this one I don't even want. This is on my Google number. I don't even know who the hell that is. It's probably all thanks to this podcast, truthfully, because it helps me get my name out there, which is doing what it's supposed to. So it started with this streetwear idea. I love the play on Worc being Worc. Imagine, what the hell's her name? I think her name is just Imagine. Anyway, she's a street artist that did a mural here in the city over on Portland Street. And when she was here for Powwow, she did a shirt that said for the hustle or something about something hustle. And I always liked the way that sound. I always loved the idea of hustling. Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle is a saying that I've fucking lived for years. So I'm like, hustle and work. And Worcester is, there's WORC is work. We all are just hard-nosed New Englanders that are just trying to get shit done. Like I felt it embodied it. And truth be told, I already had I knew about the workshop and I loved that wordplay. So I borrowed it. I stole like an artist. So if I tell people it's not as shitty.
Exactly. What's that saying? Like good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Bingo. That's exactly what it is. Well, so yeah. I mean, so I tell people, I tell designers that I'm working with, or anybody that's doing anything creative, when you're at the start of it, you look at what everybody else is doing, right? You see what else has been done, what else was working. If you take from one person, you're plagiarizing. But if you take a little bit from this person, 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 and merge them together with your own ideas, they call that research. So it's kind of what I do. So this design has been at Worcester Wares now for 2 years. It's grown, but I always wanted to do more with it, but I didn't know how. And I kind of would push up some designs and then let them just sit there and work on everything else that I was doing. So I have this folder on my hard drive just filled with these half-baked concepts that it was just killing me that I don't have anything to do with, I don't have a vehicle to just get them out. And then along comes Ricky Nelson telling me that I should download this silly app called TikTok.
TikTok owes me. I've probably got nothing like other people, but maybe 5 or 6 people who were so anti-TikTok who are now way into it. I'm like, no, you guys, you don't understand. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty pro TikTok. So on there is a bunch of hustlers and a bunch of people doing side hustles, and they put me onto print on demand. So this whole hustle and work brand can now be released through this print on demand service where somebody orders it, it gets printed to their order. So if you want to fucking 5XL, maybe you were a larger than life person and you need a lot of shirt. I would never, the previous method, I wouldn't carry it because that's a lot of money to invest just to sit on it for the one person that's going to come and buy this shirt. But now when that one person wants a shirt, we can make sure that one person gets the shirt specifically sized for them. Maybe it's not large, maybe it's small, maybe it's just a large. Here at Seltzer Time, we have a hard time keeping mediums in stock because apparently a lot of our fans are medium sized.
Yeah. I've never been a part of anything that did print on demand. Sorry, what did I just do? My bad. But yeah, when you were telling me about it, I'm like, oh, this is such a good idea. Thinking about it now that it's been I don't know how long since you officially told me about this, but thinking about it more, where now you can offer so many different products. You don't just have to offer a t-shirt, because people don't understand. Most people don't understand the upfront cost of getting merch, but also when you don't have a place to put it. We don't have an office somewhere or a warehouse space that. All of that takes money and space and time, things that we don't have a lot of any of that. Yeah. So having this way of people being able to help support hustle work, or if we ever do it with Seltzer Time or whatever, it's such a good idea. It makes everybody's life easier until things get to a point where you bring it back, quote unquote in-house and do it a different way. But it's so smart.
I mean, if our listeners are into business and into that side of it, we're not making as much per item selling it through a print on demand service because they're going to handle the shipping. They're going to handle the facilitation. They're going to handle all this stuff. All those shirts that we ordered, every Seltzer Time shirt up to this point, lives in my guest bedroom. The only room I can keep like the dog's out of, and it lives up on the bed. But, you know, I'm sure there has dog hair on it. And then every order that we get, I have to print, you know, I don't have to, but I print out a thing. Ricky and I signed a little handwritten note, and you know, so I have to package those orders together, and that takes time. And that, you know, and that's time that technically I'm not getting paid for. You know, we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts and out of, you know, the fire in our bellies. So this print on demand stuff, it just opens up a lot of opportunity where maybe we can do low run shirts. Maybe we can do some silly fun designs where only 3 or 4 people are ever going to want this shirt. Fucking mint, because we don't have to buy 50 of them for 3 or 4 people to get it.
Yeah.
So sick. It's really, really exciting. And you know what I would love to do with this stuff? I mean, clearly we have embroidery coming. We have a bunch of new screen printed stuff coming. I got a bunch of pins made that we're giving out. Stickers, socks are going to be coming. There's a fanny pack that's going to be coming.
What?
Yeah, like, and we could do masks, like that kind of stuff. We could do backpacks. I mean,
possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and now I can pair with local creatives and focus more on just the displaying of it and the fashion side of it, and not necessarily the merchandising side.
Yeah.
You look at a company like Red Bull, which, you know, doesn't handle any of their own manufacturing. They literally just relabel something that already is in existence. Or just the Jay-Z shit you were just talking about, how it cost them what, $12 and they sell it for $2.50.
So smart.
Red Bull, I think, cost 30 something cents and they sell it, or no, I think it's less than that. I want to say it's 5 cents per can or something ridiculously cheap.
And they sell it for like what, $3 or whatever Red Bull is. I don't like Red Bull. I love Red Bull's company. I like Red Bull as a company. I don't like energy drinks are just not my thing.
Yeah. You don't want it. You don't want caffeine in your seltzer. You don't want it in your.
No, just leave my seltzer be.
Yeah. It's fucking cool, man. And it's what I like most right now is that people want it, which is such a cool feeling. I've updated the logo to this new kind of Van Halen inspired thing. It used to be this thing. I don't know. It was like diamonds in the rough, but it was hard to see. This is a little easier to read.
Yeah, I like this logo a lot. It like you were saying, it does have a very like Van Halen feel to it, which sign me up for that every single day of the week. Yeah, no, it's dope.
Thanks, man. Has a 7-sided shape for our 7 hills.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a 7-sided heptagon.
That's dope. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. What are some other inside secrets to Hustle and Work that the people need to know about?
So inside secrets. Well, that's a great question. So this
Jay-Z's an investor.
I wish. So like any of the designs that are going to be at Worcester Wares are going to stay at Worcester Wares. Those are going to be only available through Worcester Wares. Updated designs, like pretty much everything with a new logo is going to be at hustleandwork.com. Some other inside stuff. I'm gonna look at this store and figure out if there's anything I can actually say.
So, okay. While you look at that, have you ever, what made you want to start like a clothing brand? That's such a like interesting thing.
That's a great question. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've been into t-shirt design since high school, I guess. Because I took graphic technologies, which is like a precursor to graphic design, but it was more about like learning how to screen print, learning how to run a printing press. It was just part of like one of the selective classes ran by this guy named Mr. Zoni, who was fucking awesome. To this day, he's one of the funniest people I've ever met. And I like his Zoniisms are in my head.
Okay.
It's like somebody asks me how to do something, I will go like a little, hey, how do I set up this meeting? Well, if it was me, I would go through and click this link and click set up meeting and send out the links. But that's just me. I like to do things right. And it's like this beautiful little it made me laugh every time he used it. So he taught us about screen printing, which got me like, man, I like the idea of making stuff that people want to wear but I don't want to sew. I just want to make graphics for t-shirts because I'm a t-shirt kind of guy.
Yeah.
Then I got into the band stuff, and for a while I was making money just designing t-shirts for bands. And then during that time I met up with, so in high school I worked at a screen printing place. It's the only job I ever got fired from, because I suck at actually screen printing because I'm a little messy with my ink. But in college, I ended up working for another screen printing place called Axis Fabrics in Southington, Connecticut, which is being ran by one of the guys from Bury Your Dead and this other guy, Dave, Rich from Bury Your Dead, which was super cool because we got to print for a bunch of these awesome bands, a bunch of local bands that I looked up to. I was in a band at the time, so we were printing our merchandise at cost.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was super fucking cool. In this time, like Johnny Cupcakes was coming up. This is like early days of Johnny Cupcakes, and we were one of the only places in Connecticut that you can buy Johnny Cupcakes. Like we had a little storefront. It was Johnny Cupcakes, To Die For, and Rocket Clothing, Rocket Wear.
I've heard of Johnny Cupcakes. That's the only one.
But the building we were in, like, we could do a whole episode on this place, man. I learned so much about what not to do at this place. The upstairs was condemned and the basement was condemned, but the first floor was apparently inhabitable. It wasn't, but apparently it was. And there was a day where there was loud music playing, and this larger guy started dancing, and he started doing hardcore dancing, and he actually fell through the fucking floor. Not like all the way through, but like up to his shins.
Oh my God.
It was that kind of place. So, in that time, I really liked designing t-shirts, and I like seeing those other clothing brands. I was like, man, I could do that. And we tried doing a clothing brand for Axis Fabrics, and it just never jumped off. And then over the years since then, I've tried to start a couple other times doing a t-shirt brand, but to do it right, you need to invest in a whole shitload of money. So you need like a couple grand in capital, or you need to be printing your own stuff on demand. That didn't fit my lifestyle, my skill set. So I just kept like pushing it down the road. So really until now, I didn't see, without an investor, without having some other mechanism in place, I didn't see how it was viable. But now with this print on demand service that I can make these designs, and I'm QCing everything. I'm not putting anything up on the website that I haven't actually laid eyes on and make sure that it looks good.
Yeah.
It would be the same as if these are being manufactured by some large plant. Like I was some, big brand or whatever.
That's so sick though. It's dope that you didn't really know this was possible until TikTok, which is amazing. but also like the fact that you are able to just kind of make designs, toss them up there. You are, like you were saying, you touch and see everything before it officially goes on sale. And then people can go and buy whatever piece, makes sense for their wardrobe and style and all that. It's great.
And like, I want to use some of the stuff that Worcester Wears is doing. And like, I love that idea of them working with local artists. So with this, I would love to have, some other artists make some hustle and work designs. And maybe we'll do like an artist series. But I would love to treat it legit and have like full seasonal drops, so everything's dropping March 1st for this season. But, by June or July, you're probably going to have the fall release.
Hell yeah.
And that's where you'll see a lot more long sleeves, or maybe flannels will get involved somehow.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't know. I like this idea. I like the idea of making clothes for people that just bust their ass. Like this whole brand isn't supposed to be high fashion. It's supposed to be people that put on a t-shirt and go to work, that wake up in the morning and go get the damn job done.
I mean, not that I fall into any of those categories, but I won the Stanley Cup in NHL 20.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm really proud of it. I built this team. I played way more games than I normally do. I really feel like I had a lot to do with it. Today, when we finish recording, I'm wearing New Hustle and Work merch, and I'm about to start the second season. So like, it's athletic wear now.
You got sponsored in the off season?
I'm a sponsored athlete technically by wearing this shirt and playing a game. I maybe you dip into the e-world. You're in e-world, esports, like athletic wear. That's a move.
I would love that.
There's a lot of people and a lot of money. My foot just fell asleep. I am wildly out of shape.
I thought you were putting your crotch up into the camera for the people. Like, I'm an athlete. Enjoy.
Bruh, 5 this shit. That's so funny. No, my foot fell asleep. I was sitting on it like an idiot. But yeah, dope. Athletic right now.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows where it's gonna go? I definitely want to I want to keep expanding the line. You said what some secrets are. Like there's a Harvey Ball smiley, because Harvey Ball was, the king of the smiley. So I put we're the heart of the Commonwealth. So the Commonwealth always felt like royalty to me, and the term Worcester actually means war castle. So I put the Harvey Ball smile with just the eyes showing. He's wearing a hustle and work mask, and he has the crown because he's king of the castle.
Yeah.
So that's one of
Is that the one? Is that the shirt Kevin had on?
Bingo.
That's sick.
That flower design I released last week, I put up last week. People seem to really into that, and I used a illustration, a textbook illustration of Mayflower, which is the Massachusetts state flower.
Oh, that's cool.
And I put it over the hustle and work. There's that fun 3D style one that the stripes people seem to be real into. That was a concept for somebody else that they didn't like it. So I was like, all right, let me see what this looks like. It says hustle and work.
Yeah.
All right, sucker, you're lost.
Are you, with every design, is there a nod to Massachusetts or Worcester or something in every design? Or is it just when it makes sense to you do it? Or is that part of your process?
So I don't think it needs to be part of the brand. I think the brand at some point is going to expand beyond Worcester's borders. That's always my goal. My goal is to not necessarily make another Worcester brand for Worcester people, but instead make a streetwear brand that is rooted in Worcester, but that's for anybody. Cool. So to your point, there's probably going to be a little nod. There's always going to be little references here and there, but you won't need to be a Worcesterite to appreciate them, kind of deal. I've always thought it was interesting that people will wear Brooklyn across their chest. They may have never gone to Brooklyn, but they'll wear it across their chest, or, Portland, or you see some of these other places, even just NYC.
Yeah.
Why not Worcester? We're just as cool as any other place, and there's tons of civic pride here. So fuck it. Let's put it on a shirt and let's see if people want it. And clearly they do. I
say we just lean real hard into the, people are like Snoop Dogg, right? Snoop Dogg is, what the hell is that beach he's from? Long Beach, right? He leans way into it. You've got NWA leaning way into Compton. You've got, pick a person, they lean way into it. Nobody ever leans into Worcester. Ever. We should just lean way. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I should say, a major artist, that type of thing. We should just lean way into it.
That's my idea. Just lean way into it. Be proud, represent it.
Why?
We're not the only ones doing it. This time now, there's enough people in this city that are all just getting stoked on it.
I just don't understand why Laguna Beach got its own TV show and nobody's done a TV show about Worcester. That's insane to me.
But they're doing one. It's
Laguna
not
Beach?
Laguna Beach, but they're doing a show about Worcester.
A show about that show? Yeah, but it's
Kevin
not the same.
Could go fuck himself or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see the trashy reality TV, Real Housewives of Worcester. I want that to happen, and I want to be on
of Worcester. Who would be the entertaining people to talk to?
Jenny Pasillo.
Yeah, just give Jenny Pasillo.
She should have her own show. It should just be the fucking Jenny Pasillo show.
I want to see Jenny Pasillo, but it's soccer moms, but it's soccer mom wrestling. So they have their normal day job or their normal day lives. But so I'm thinking back to a time about a year ago when Jenny was she was putting thumbtacks into a book with her daughter for the the local wrestling use any weapons match.
Yeah.
And I just loved that idea of like, to heighten it, put somebody like the old classic housewife in an apron, like real super sweet, but she's making a weapon by making thumbtacks in a children's book. Like, oh, I just love that visual.
Sponsored by Hustle and Work.
So I want to see a whole wrestling federation of just like housewives. Like they wrestle over recipes, and then I don't know, this is a half-baked concept. Anyway.
Either way, we need a TV show. Hustle and Work's the only thing people are going to be wearing in it. It's going to be sick. Jenny's going to make weapons. No caffeine in seltzers.
No caffeine in seltzers, only in coffee.
Nailed it.
But it can be in cannabis. Thanks, Anna.
True.
Or cannabis can be in it, rather.
Now, do you think what?
What did you think about that real quick?
I loved it. I thought it was great. It was exactly good. I'm not, my like tolerance for cannabis is not super high. So like and I also don't like smoking. Like I don't mind to smoke weed. Like I don't smoke cigarettes, but I'd smoke weed. But eating it or drinking it is much more my style. So I'm pretty stoked that there's like another option instead of eating candy bars full of weed.
And it's Massachusetts based. That was cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I went to post about it and found their Instagram, and I was kind of cruising through, and I was like, oh my God, like Norwood or something?
Yeah.
Something. But yeah, pretty dope.
Well, let's talk about it, yeah. So anyway, were you asking about the brand?
Oh, so okay, what are your like dream goals? Like Run the Jewels has their own marijuana brand. Do you envision Hustle and Work getting its own line of cannabis?
I don't know.
We're going to the top. I don't want to hear like, I'm hoping that like, like we do this thing. Like I want to know what, like, when are you buying the boat? When's Tom Brady doing an ad read for you?
It's not about the money, Ricky. That's the whole idea.
No, fuck money. That's hilarious shit.
I'm fucking with you. No, real legit goal would be, it would be fucking incredible if Hustle and Work sponsored a festival.
Boston Calling.
Worcester Calling.
Oh, okay.
We do a show at the Palladium where we book the acts, and it's just an all-day Saturday affair outside at the Palladium, sponsored by Hustle and Work. What'd you say?
Shakira.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. She doesn't even tour anymore. So, like, if you were able to get Shakira to play a one-off, I mean, the outdoor Palladium holds like 10,000.
Palladium, same difference.
Dude, honestly, though, that's not that far off. The Super Bowl is outdoors and the Palladium outdoors is outdoors. I don't see the difference.
These things are true. That's 1-to-1. But yeah, it would be fucking awesome to have like a legit Hustle and Work fest.
That'd be dope.
Hosted by Seltzer Time.
Can I announce Shakira?
You can announce everybody. Well, I'll put you up on stage in between every act and just arm you with free shit to throw out to the crowd.
I'm into that. I'm just going to be this is probably the meanest thing I've ever said about myself. I want to be the DJ Khaled of this event. I hate DJ Khaled, but I want to be the guy that walks out in between every single set. It's like, what's up with her? How did you guys love that? And instead of yelling like his catchphrases, because I hate him, I would have to come up with my own and be like, it's Seltzer Time. And then there'd be like 6 people, like Kevin Law, and like just a bunch of people with like seltzer grenade gun things, like shooting seltzer off.
Like we filled seltzer into super soakers.
Yeah, we're basically gonna be like ICP with Faygo, but with seltzer.
That's exactly what I was picturing, and I'm in. I'm in.
It's gonna be love. I'm excited. I'm gonna wear a Hustle and Work Speedo. I couldn't think of the word. I was like, yeah, Hustle and Work Speedo. It's gonna be real nice.
I'll custom get that for you.
I'll start working out.
The triangle. Does a triangle go above or on the package?
On the package.
Okay. Got you.
That's how it's done. It's gonna be great.
It's absurd. I think it'd be fucking awesome. Or I feel like I would love to see the Palladium do like assemble a half pipe or a street course or something and then have dudes skate it with the band playing, and then people can watch from the perimeter or somehow.
So back in the like early 2000s, Skate Fest used to happen at the Palladium. And I think the first like 3 or 4 years of the festival, they actually did have a half pipe set up out back, or like a mini ramp or something. The last 2 years, I don't think there was any skating at all. Even going down to New Jersey for skate and surf, there was very rarely actual skating happening. Warped Tour had skating up until like 2004 or 5 was the last year they really brought skaters out, but it would be sick.
I bet somebody got sued, and that's why nobody does it anymore.
I think it's more of a like, if you're not making that like the main focus, it's not like when I went to Worc, I never watched. I mean, I think I only went 2 years that actually had skateboarders, and like, yeah, it was cool to walk by, but like, it became such. I mean, there was way more bands. It became more about the music than it did about like that like lifestyle. It was just about like going to see these bands. And then same with like Skate Fest at the Palladium. Like I think the last year they had a ramp outside, and I didn't even go outside at all. To be fair, that lineup was stacked as fuck. But it like, there is a time and a place for that. But I think you got to start. That's something that can like kind of only happen on a smaller level. Like you need to have it. It actually probably would work really well for playing outdoors now that that's like a thing, an established thing. If you were able to put a ramp like anywhere there, it would be really cool. The only problem is that's a slant. So it's like the only flat spot is where the stage is. And that's not even technically flat. It is near
so we figure out how to throw like a smaller version at the new skate park they're building for Warside guys, for the Warside people. And we just do a live show there, sponsor a live show there. Probably be cheaper.
If Good Charlotte doesn't headline, I'm not going.
Well, we'll see you at the next one, I guess.
I don't care. I want Good Charlotte there.
I want Good Charlotte.
I want Good Charlotte there because I think that it's funny for all these people to show up, like, we're here to shred. And then like Good Charlotte's up there. Because that would just be so funny for me. I would love that. And I want to sing back up.
Go ahead, go up there. The dog is demanding attention. Come on.
It happens.
Go.
Girls don't like boys. Girls like cars and money.
It's gonna be stuck in my head all day now.
You're welcome. I might listen to it. Start my new season.
Well, I think that's everything I have to say about Hustle and Work.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like start posting more about me playing video games, but every single thing is going to be the 2021 Boston Bruins sponsored in part by Hustle and Work. Like I'm just going to lean way the fuck into it.
Go crazy. Dude, people aren't going to have any idea unless they listen to this podcast.
Good. That means they have to listen. So, hey, Shakira, hey, Good Charlotte, let me know what you guys need for these performances, and we'll make sure we line it up.
Yeah, have more people call our people.
We don't have that, but we'll get there.
Someday. But we appreciate you all. Appreciate you all on this journey with us while we make cool shit.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for coming along. And thanks, Travis, for making really cool merch.
Thanks, man. I just want to make everybody look nice.
Aww.
All right. Take it away, us. So thank you for letting us talk about this brand of mine for the past a whole hour of our podcast. I'm super excited that it's now out and available. This is going to come out on the 2nd. So it is absolutely, the store is open. It opened last night. Already made a couple sales, which is super, super cool. And I just want to get it out there. I want it in people's hands. I want people to be wearing it and repping it and loving it as much as I've been making it. So
yeah, it's super exciting. For me on my end, like watching this like happen through Wister Wares, where you had like the first couple designs come out and like people love that classic like OG shirt, the first design, like crushed. It was so much fun during holiday having people come in being like getting it. And every single time I wanted to be like, do they know Travis? Like, should I be like, oh, you guys know Travis? But they never did. But it was just like, it was so cool watching that happen in real life. I've never been that close to that close to like somebody who had this clothing line and like kind of watching it come to life and move that way was really exciting. And then when you ever started showing me all these new designs, I was like, okay, this fucking kid's onto some shit. These are sick.
Thanks, man. I just love that now I have an opportunity to make these things. Like I've been just designing them late at night. It's just been a way to like end my day, a little treat to myself because I enjoy doing it. But now I have somewhere where I can put them and actually get them out to people, and they don't just have to live on my hard drive.
Yeah, it's exciting. And it's also, I mean, outside of like actually like hustle, I hate hustle culture, but I love hustle and work. So it's like the only hustle outside of can't knock the hustle. Anytime Jay-Z mentions hustle, he actually was talking about hustle and work. It's like a foreshadowing thing. And it's the same thing with Rihanna, where like she talks about work. And that was also a hustle and work foreshadow piece. It's really amazing that you were able to like play the long game, get them to start talking about it, plant those seeds. And then in terms of the Jay stuff, you're talking 20 years in the future, you drop the product that he had been, pushing for so long. And the Rihanna thing, it's got to be, I think 10, right? It's got to be like 10 years almost since Worc came out. So yeah, you kind of like, you're like, oh, here it is. Oh shit. 10 years later, here you go. Oh, 10 years later, you're fucking welcome, people.
Yeah. Just wait till we get the Rockaware hustle and work collaboration going.
Dude, give the people what they want.
Is Rockaware still a brand? They must be.
No, actually, I have no idea. To be honest, I don't think so. I know he sold it. It was sold to like J.C. Penney or something for a shit ton of money, like 10, 15 years ago. But I don't know if he still like owns a piece of that, or I might even be completely folded. I don't know. I'll look into it and find out. If not, we should revive it.
Well, we're going to look into it. You guys enjoy the new Stokes and Pokes song by one Mr. Matt Rockwell. He made it all with his mouth.
That's so sick.
How it came up is back in. All right, I should probably. Thank you, Matt. I just
thanks, Matt.
Fun story about, so back in college, Matt made one of those for one of our roommates. We lived in a suite, so there was 8 of us in one big like apartment room, 2 people per room. Anyway, he wanted to go to lunch with our buddy Scott, and instead of just asking Scott to go to lunch, Matt spent his morning making a scat kind of mixed song like our new Stokes and Pokes song about time to go to lunch, Scott. And for whatever reason, it hit my brain last week. And I just texted him like, yo, Rockwell, do you think you could make one like that? And he had it done within an hour. Like,
that's amazing.
Dude wanted to do it. He was so pumped for it. So thank you very much, Matt. I love it.
Absolute legend. He posted what I think might be the cutest video I've ever seen this morning of Bad Rabbits playing in his car. And his son is just like vibing out. And I was like, dude, that's it, man. Right there. I honestly, when Naomi gets home, I might just show her that video and be like, look at this. Let's get one of these so we can show this kid Bad Rabbits. But also
Let's get one of these.
Maybe we'll wait a minute until I can figure out to stop calling it one of these, but whatever. See.
Oh, he's so vibing.
Good. Just feeling it. Feeling it.
Oh, they're covering
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah. Bradley is a B-man. Matt's son is a big Smashing Pumpkins fan.
Oh, really?
It's so funny what songs. So Matt plays them. I love this. Matt plays them like legit music. Like he'll play them kids songs and they love Frozen and that sort of thing. But Matt will play like Presidents of the United States. So they have Presidents of the United States have a song called Volcano. That is a friggin' jam. Like B-Man loves Volcano. So now he likes Smashing Pumpkins. We never know what the hell he's going to be into. There's a band called Mind Force, which is like this heavy, real heavy band. And there's a line where it's from a song called Excalibur. And it starts off with like, I feel the fire. So now Bradley will walk up to campfires, stick his little hand out and go, I feel the fire. And it is adorable every time.
Oh,
every time.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sick.
I miss them. Yeah, so him and I were talking. I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna go take a trip down and do an
There you
overnight
go.
and go spend some time with them because
Do it.
it's my little crew.
Hell yeah.
But before that, I am going to poke trying to keep everything organized so that I can finish all my work in a reasonable amount of time so I can actually go and have a normal life and go and play and not just be stuck here behind a computer because I suck at it kind of right now and I'm having a hard time. I'm doing too much, which is typical, and I don't like over promising and under delivering. I
Okay.
tend to like being the other way, but I'm having a hard time just like keeping my to-do list straight, keeping all this project straight, keeping messages to friends and like leaving friends hanging for 3-4 days because I ghosted them by accident. And it sucks. And I don't know if it's like product of the pandemic. I don't know if it's just I'm using it as an excuse, but it's where I am. And I'm now vocalizing it. We said last week that women go to a therapist and men start podcasts. So this is my way of putting it out in the world that I'm recognizing that I'm not doing this as well as I should be. And I can be better.
I think you're doing a great job.
Oh, well, I really appreciate that. And I am stoked on something that I figured out last week that I can do to help make my life a little easier. I avoided going out. And so a lot of times if I'm in a cut, I got to stay in the cut or else I will just, any distraction will pull me out and it'll take so long to get back into it. One of those distractions that goes every, once a week is my weekly trip to the dispensary. But last week with the snow and the amount of work I had, I just couldn't figure out when I could go and then fit everything else in. So on Resonate, I would check online and then they offered free delivery for orders of 75 more for medical patients only. But I was like, I definitely want more than $75 worth of product. So I put in my order. The only bit that was a little annoying is that it took, like, I think I put the order in at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning and I didn't get it until 4 p.m. So it's a little busy and they're a little strapped, but I still got free fucking cannabis delivery. I didn't leave my house. I didn't have to put real pants on. And
That's so sick.
I got to continue working. So that was super fucking cool. And the dude is
That's
super
rad.
nice. Like the delivery guy was super nice. They drive in a team. So
Huh.
really awesome.
So do they like come up to your door or do they just like leave it and text you? Like, how's it work?
They can't do the contact.
Oh, yeah, that makes
unfortunately.
sense.
No, I wish.
Good point. I didn't even think about that. Like, oh yeah, we're just leaving a bunch of fucking weed over here. Like, my bad.
Promise to pick it up.
Yeah, good point. That makes sense.
No, but so like I had my mask on. They came up to the door. They took my card. They scanned it. Went down, picked up the product, came back up, handed it to me, and off I went.
That's awesome.
I use a thing called Can Pay. So it's like no actual money gets, no physical money gets traded. It's all
that makes sense. Cool.
Pretty pumped on it. So if you're considering it, check out your delivery options. And it sounds like we're only going to continue getting more. Hopefully they can figure out the laws and help the little guys. And yeah, pumped for it.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
What do you got for the people?
Cool. What's up, guys? Okay, so my poke is pellet. Okay, we have a pellet stove. We didn't use it at all until like 2 weeks ago because we're new homeowners, like the insurance, they needed to have us like have it like professionally cleaned, even though it was fucking fine, but whatever, you gotta do that shit. So we did that. We're going through like about a bag of pellets a day, which is pretty typical, we've heard. And we were lucky when we bought the house. Previous owners left us like 7 bags or something. And then Naomi's cousins had a pellet stove. They don't have it anymore, but they had a bunch of bags left over and like a huge, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry.
You chill. That wasn't bad.
That was like, I could like feel that like creeping in and I was like, oh fuck, like there's nothing I can do about this one. so yes, they gave us like this huge thing, all these pellets, whatever. We just put the final bag in last night and now we have like a big container full of pellets. We'll use those probably the next like couple days, but I have to go buy pellets now. Which is cool. We knew this was gonna, like, we knew this day would come, but we're having to buy them at a weird time of year where it's like, it's definitely getting warmer. I mean, we still need to, so it's only like 40, but you can kind of see where like we're dipping into the 50s here and there. And like, we've got probably like a good month of that type of weather before it's really getting decent outside.
Easily.
Yeah. So we have to like kind of go buy pellets like either later today or definitely tomorrow after New Tradition. So trying to figure out like a good brand of pellet. We're probably just going to buy the ones that Rob and Lindsay had before, because those ones I think were a little better than like some of the ones we've had. Like all the ones her cousin gave us were different bags. Like they're different kinds. And some of them I think burn differently than other ones. It's kind of like a weird, this is a whole new world for me, pellets. Sure. I don't fucking know anything about it.
It's all different types of woods probably.
Yeah. So we're going to like try to figure that out. So trying to do mental math for something that we've never done, but also something that 100% depends on the weather, which is completely out of control up here, is weird because I don't really have time to go buy pellets all the time. So I'm hoping to just buy enough that we kind of can like coast through the rest of the season, but we have no clue what that's going to look like. So my poke is that, because it's an everlasting poke, because this summer I have to clean our garage. Is like, it's cleaned out, but like the proper way to do this is you have the pellets delivered and you have them by pallet. Yeah. So we're trying to figure out like how many that's going to be, but then also like, where the fuck are we going to put like 3 pallets of pellets? So yeah, I love the pellet stove. I think it's dope. I'm super excited about it, but the learning of it is kind of cool, but also like not fun. I hate the idea of having to put things, and also like, it's like, oh fuck, like we had to put all these pieces of wood, all these bags of wood in the garage in the summer, like for no reason until the winter comes, but it's like easier, whatever. So fucking adult shit.
It's tough, man. It doesn't get easier either.
No. That's one of the questions I'll ask Maya. Like, how did you do it? How did you like be an adult for so long? That's amazing. Maya's going to be my life coach. It'd be so sick.
I hope she agrees to it.
She probably would. She might. We'll see. Yeah. So my stoke is baseball. Baseball season is officially on. Maybe just did like this cute little flip thing.
She's pumped for baseball too.
She's very excited for baseball. Here, I'll show you. She just like flopped over.
Aw, cute girl.
Are you excited for baseball? So yeah, I'm super pumped for baseball season. I absolutely love taking a nap during the day with a baseball game on. It's the nicest, most peaceful feeling in the entire world for me. It really is. I used to love it back when MLB Network first started. I lived at my parents' house. This was probably like 10 years ago or something. So MLB Network started, and there'd be games all day or like highlights. And it's just baseball. It's baseball all the time. And I'd get home from work at Starbucks, and the only thing I would watch was MLB Network. I'd put it on and I'd lay there and I'd fall asleep for like 2 hours because I didn't really sleep the night before. And it's such a nice feeling. And I fucking love baseball. So I'm happy. Spring training games officially started yesterday for the Red Sox. And I mean, obviously like the Woo Sox are starting soon. I'm very excited for that because the Red Sox have some pretty cool prospects that I'm excited to become best friends with, really. Me and Jeter Downs are going to be best friends. Probably just going to start getting burgers and beers at Bucks after the game, hanging out. He'll probably come on the podcast a bunch, and then he'll eventually get drafted up to Boston, and we'll be best friends. And he'll take me on, 6-game road trips and like be a personal DJ, be whatever Jeter needs. I will do it. It'll be great. So that's it. I want to be there's definitely people in the Baseball Hall of Fame who've never played in who never played Major League Baseball. I want to be one of those guys. Like I want to be in the Hall of Fame, but I want to be the most unathletic person in the Hall of Fame next to Babe Ruth. Fucking great.
until we are able to go watch Ricky in the parade at Cooperstown, you will have to just be able to find us at SeltzerTime.com, or you could find me on the interwebs at Hunchback Travis.
Yeah, so you guys can find me in your nearest Hall of Fame, but also DickCheck77 on the personal account, Seltzer Time Official on the business account. We got TikToks. We're on Twitter. We're everywhere. Happy Women's History Month, which officially starts today.
Yeah. For the ladies.
It's all about the ladies. It's all about the ladies. So, yeah. Bye, guys.
See you next week.
Bye, ladies.